Hello everyone! Today we're heading to Paris to discover the Zuhair Murad Fall-Winter 2026-2027 show, a collection that plunges haute couture into the intimacy of a secret garden, exploring the delicate line between shadowy rigor and romantic sensibility. Presented on July 8th in the heart of the capital, the scenography opts for a theatrical twilight. Dim spotlights reveal a hushed atmosphere, where time seems to stand still. Can we still reveal our inner world without completely surrendering to the gaze of others? It's in this setting that the collection takes shape, turning the runway into a nocturnal sanctuary. The soft lighting and muted soundtrack isolate the viewer from the bustle of Fashion Week, focusing all attention on the rich textures and reliefs of the fabrics. The underlying message seeks to translate feminine duality, that harmony between an unshakable strength of mind and a genuine romance. The engineering of the cuts relies on a constant dialogue between the structure of the garment and the poetry of its embellishments. This contrast transforms each passage into a metamorphosis, where every piece becomes the physical expression of a mood. It's not simply about pairing two styles, but anchoring this duality at the very heart of the garment, from the shoulder line down to the hem. On the runway, the attitude favors a fluid, measured pace, a refreshing lightness for evening wear. The visual signature comes through in the elegance of portrait necklines, sculpted shoulder lines, and the regal posture these structures demand. There's a sovereign presence to the presentation, rooted in a modern sense of purity, without unnecessary ostentation. The model's tempo leaves time to observe how the fabrics react to movement, revealing the hidden flexibility within even the most structured designs. The architecture of the silhouettes revolves around master craftsmanship, focused on asymmetry and fluid draping. Far from overloading the line, the cut serves as the backbone for the entire presentation. A striking example lies in a jade green velvet gown, whose flawless drape showcases haute couture liberated from excess. The fabric is sculpted with a restraint that lets the lines of the body breathe. Another powerful passage features a deep amethyst blue strapless gown, where the fitted bodice contrasts seamlessly with the natural movement of the skirt. Chromatically, the palette unfolds a dark, nuanced spectrum. Deep burgundy sits alongside a moonlit amethyst blue, while shaded blacks add a painterly quality to the collection. The choice of textiles heightens this contrast. The velvet absorbs the ambient light without reflecting it, while the powder pink satin catches it in metallic gleams along the folds. This play between absorption and reflection gives a rhythmic pull to each look under the spotlights. Inside the ateliers, the precision of the embroidery stands as a true testament to the exacting standards of the house's artisans. This skill is on full display on a bodice, where a relief-sculpted rose garden seems to bloom directly from the velvet base. Further along, night butterflies and lark motifs take over translucent tulle, extending into marabou feather capes. The fabric becomes the backdrop for a controlled visual story. The embroiderers layered pearls, rhinestones, and sequins to add depth to the insect's wings, creating a subtle shimmer with every movement. The progression of the show builds a clear narrative momentum. The presentation opens with dark, tailored pieces that establish a sharp formal rigor. As the looks unfold, the mood shifts toward a gradual deployment of crystalline tools, rhinestone incrustations, and airy volumes. The climax arrives naturally with the grand strapless gowns, sealing the creative peak of this tale under well-deserved applause. The transition from the sharp initial tailoring to the grandeur of the closing looks demonstrates a complete mastery of scenic pacing. This creative direction may, however, spark debate among observers. By choosing to place metallic butterfly ornaments over the model's mouths, the designer takes a polarizing stance. A risk that, in trying to convey silence or a kept secret, sometimes ends up hindering the natural flow of the runway. This detail occasionally pulls attention away from the artisanal craft in favor of a restrictive accessory. While the narrative intent is clear, the visual result creates a tension between the fluid elegance of the clothes and the rigidity of the mouth jewelry. This show marks a compelling chapter in the recent history of the house. It asserts a stylistic maturity where dark romanticism moves past being a mere decorative motif, becoming a true space for experimentation. Zuhair Murad proves he can renew his vocabulary without sacrificing an ounce of the technical rigor that built his atelier's reputation. It's a powerful reminder that haute couture can still surprise us without losing sight of its heritage. Did this choice to accessorialize the face to heighten the sense of mystery convince you? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments. I'd love to read your perspective. Thank you so much for sharing this analysis with me. For a touch of cultural context, the theme of the night garden and creatures of the dark draws its roots directly from 19th century Gothic Romanticism, a movement fascinated by chiaroscuro that continues to feed the imagination of Parisian ateliers. I wish you a wonderful viewing for the rest of the show. Enjoy every silhouette, and I'll see you very soon for a new analysis.